Brenda.
And I'm Christy. We're two friends from high school who are connecting and reconnecting over music and memories.
Welcome to Normal Bias Podcast.
We're glad you're here.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Normal Biasers. Welcome back to Normal Bias Podcast. Aren't you glad it's Wednesday? Hey, Christy.
Hey, Brent. We've been sitting here talking logistics for just about 20 minutes, but like talking through dates and stuff. It's been fun. Like I feel like we've already accomplished something today. So bye, guys. Glad it's Wednesday. See you next week.
See you next week. We're so glad. I'm glad. I mean, it does feel good that I feel organized, feeling organized and having things written down and planned out. It feels good. I haven't felt like this for a minute. Also have to I always like to, we have our hair pulled back. We have like our earrings.
Wait, so funny, you know what? I'm just going to show you because I don't know if it will translate. So Casey and I went to we went to Trader Joe's this weekend. Mm-hmm. That was our big weekend entertainment. We went to Trader Joe's. So for us, that's 2 hours of driving. It's an hour there and back. It's a big deal. And we got this awesome hair serum that's the same as the hair mask that we use. So she's been using the serum and she's like, oh, you'll love it. You'll love it. So this morning I used the serum. You see how big my hair is? Like, I don't think it translates well. But do you see, like, it was like Rosanna.
It does look like it, yes.
It's like, it was like, so like the bedroom door behind me, I did like this and my hair literally filled the door. And so she was like, Mommy, I have the straightener hot. Why don't you come into the bathroom? We'll try to tame it a little bit. So she said, just do a little bit. And I started, and then it was like just this straight, like, I don't even know what it was on top of the curls. And finally she was like, how about a ponytail? Are you going anywhere today? And I was like, no, I have to go to the store. And then I was like, oh man, we're recording later. She's like, how about you really put it up? So that is, yes.
I love some Casey Clara honesty. But I always do, I need to go back on our episodes and screenshot all of the times that we've showed up almost dressed alike or similar.
We have to call them earrings because they're big earrings. Yes, these are super old, like really lightweight leather. But I always, and I don't know, do you have like certain earrings that you wear? Like I always wear these when I wear olive green, even though it's not technically olive green. It's like but I always wear these when I wear metallic green.
I love those. Are so
metallic green, olive green.
I haven't worn these hardly. So I had a pair that looked kind of like these. They're like gold chandelier earrings, y'all, that I got at Target, which I love. I think I've only worn these a couple times. But I had a pair that I got at Forever 21 a million years ago, and they were gold like this chandelier. I paid $3.50, and they broke. And I have looked, try to replace that pair because I bought a gold and a silver. And those are like my go-tos, like I wear with everything. And so these were to replace that, and they just still don't quite, but I like them, and they're light.
So here's what I say, and my family gets grumpy with me when I say go to the socials. I say take a picture of the one that broke and put it on social media. I bet somebody has some sitting in a jewelry box somewhere, like that's going to go to the mission.
Oh my gosh.
Like they bought them to wear with one dress to one dance.
Yes.
For one picture, and they're not using them.
And I have a picture of me wearing them. The last time I wore them was at like this girls' night, like a Christian kind of, one of those meeting nights, and it was like music and talks and stuff. I was with Crystal Cole, and I can't remember who else. But it was like a long time ago. And I every time I see that picture of us, I'm like, dang, there's my earrings.
See?
So that is a good idea. I'm going to do that. I totally am going to do that. So Christy.
I'll share it.
Yes, please do. Please share that with me.
Okay, so in the interest of transparency.
For me. Yes.
So Thursday. Also, our internet is lagging, so the audio is going to be weird, so I'm sorry, y'all. So it's Thursday. Tuesday, we just didn't, last week y'all were on vacation. We didn't get it together to record. So we pushed it to the last minute to record Wednesday's episode.
Yes.
So Tuesday we were supposed to record late in the evening, and then we got stuck in traffic in Navasota, Texas. Y'all, it was the weirdest thing.
Weird.
And you recorded by yourself, and it was awesome. So you recorded Tuesday night for Wednesday's episode. And then last night we sat down and recorded with James for Friday's episode, because Friday's boss's day, and I work for my boss. I work for my husband, so he's my boss. So we talked about work. And then today we're recording today's Orange and Glad for Wednesday, but it's Thursday today. So we're going to talk about a Thursday topic, but then we have 3 awesome guests lined up for the next few weeks. Plus we have 2 fabulous lives planned.
I can't wait.
So that's what we were talking about for the 20 minutes we're sitting here. It's like, okay, well, you're going to do the Zoom link and then text these people. Mm-hmm. So if you have big feelings about the candy corns, y'all, we need you to sit in on our live next week. So next week, 7 on Facebook, friend?
Yep. 7:00 on Facebook.
So if we're going to talk candy corn. We're going to talk. And actually, Brenda, what are you eating right now?
I am eating candy corn with peanuts, a little mixture that a coworker introduced me to. And I'm not a big peanut person, but just salted roasted peanuts and mix it with some candy corn. It is the best salty and sweet snack ever.
It is, but it's hard to not eat too much of that.
It is hard to not eat too much of that.
Because I can eat a few candy corns, but when you mix the candy corn with the peanuts, that's my go-to the first few days of October. After we bought the candy corn, I'll put some in a little bag or in a little cup and take it to Carline with me, because I like to have 1 candy corn and 1 peanut together.
Me too.
And then you get to the end and it's uneven and you're like, dang it.
It is. It's terrible when it's not even, but that's not why I had sorted it out. Candy corn, peanut. And so then I just.
So you mixed it together and then you sorted it?
Uh-huh. Like I scooped it out of the thing, of the bowl. And then when I set it on the table, I sorted it. Each bite, candy corn and a peanut. But let me just tell you, candy corn, people, like, they will make faces at you and they will tell you, like, ew, gross, you're disgusting. Well, I don't understand.
Pretty sure I got a text from David Baldner just to let me know that he will not partake in the candy corn. I love him. So
yeah, he is a mess. So all that is coming up. I am so excited, and I'm excited about what you have to share with us today.
I think it's like, as always, this bright idea is brought to you by somebody else, not me. I read it in a book. So we actually, in my last podcast, Merritt brought this to us one day. Pretty sure Merritt brought it in. So Bob Goff, we all love Bob Goff, Uncle Bob. Every Thursday he quits something. And I was explaining this concept to Brenda. So it can be a big thing, it can be a little thing. So I have on my calendar, I had it a few years ago when we were doing that podcast, because on Thursday, Merritt and Tara and I would hold each other accountable. We'd say, "What did you quit today?" And then
I remember those episodes.
Yeah, and after we quit doing that, I took it off my calendar. I put it back on during COVID because I was like, well, I need to be culling. I need to be going through things in my calendar, things in my brain. So I brought it back, and I've kind of been hit or miss with it. But this week I noticed that my tummy is really, obviously I'm a big girl, but I noticed this week that my tummy is really, really big. So I was like, all right, I got to get serious. So I decided this morning at the gym, and then I went and got one because I knew it was my last one. I'm quitting the sodas until Halloween, at least. James said, for how long? Because I've been drinking like a Pepsi a day.
Ooh. Yeah,
it's a lot.
From Sonic.
Well, it's a deal because you got to get the Pepsi from somewhere, and then you got to go get the ice from the Sonic. Yesterday we had Sonic ice twice. I was like, that's a lot of styrofoam. That's a lot of soda. So this morning I had my last Pepsi, So yes. So I'm going to give up the Pepsi, and hopefully then my goal is that in a couple of weeks by Halloween, I'll see an improvement, and then I'll want to keep going with it. But
yeah.
so that's what I'm quitting today. But I also told Brenda, I kind of cheated. I quitted some grammar. I quit today. I unsubscribed to a couple of emails that I get, like that just clutter my inbox. There are people who, I'm not going to buy your course. I'm sorry. I don't want to see your email every week about a course that I'm not going to buy. So I unsubscribed to a couple of emails. So it can be like a big thing. I told Brenda it could be, like stopping those texts from the stores. Like, I don't know about years ago, I did what was it called? I did a course. Basically, it was to create white space in your life. And one of the tasks was to clear out your inbox and to stop getting all of the emails from the stores about their sales, or getting all the texts about sales and stuff like that. And it really did, when I did, like, it really stopped my impulse buying. Now, if I could just get my ads to go away on the Instagram.
Yes.
But I'll quit. Sometimes I'll quit, just hit stop on a text or whatever.
So quit something Thursday. That's what it's called.
I don't know if that's what he calls it or if that's just what I call it, but we just put quit something Thursday on our calendar.
I love that. And so the next Thursday you'll quit something else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
But it doesn't have to be big. It could just be, I'll give you another example of something that we need that we quit, but it wasn't a Thursday. So James and I, when Noble was born, we lived in a 2-1 then too. He was in our room for the first year. And so before he was born, we took the TV out of our room. We were like, we are not watching TV in our room anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after Noble was 1 and he moved into Casey's room, we didn't put a TV back in our room, but you can watch TV on your laptop. So for the last 11 years at night, that's what James, that's his time with me. He wants 20 minutes shoulder to shoulder at bedtime, watching something and laughing.
Aw.
So, and he falls asleep almost every night, or I fall asleep, but that's what he wanted. And so Casey started watching Community, and we enjoyed it. So we've started watching it, and it kind of gets to the end of the episode and we'll start another one. Mm-hmm. And then we wake up and we've slept through 2 or 3, but we're just like, I was like, I just can't. Because we stayed up one night really late. We just watched TV on the laptop. We just watched Netflix. And so that's one of the things I need to kind of get control of again, is how much screen time we're having at night. Because one, you're not supposed to have screen time in bed, or you're not supposed to have screen time so
right.
After a certain time in the day because of the blue light. So we're like, I already know, like, that's one of the sleep rules that I break, but I'd like to break it a little bit less. So there's so many things you could quit.
Right. That's a good one. I'm like in my head right now thinking, okay, quit looking at my phone. Once I get into bed, I lay there and I look at my phone a little bit, until I fall asleep, or quit looking at my phone, checking my phone in the morning. But like sometimes I get work texts and emails, things that are already buzzing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, when I say check, like maybe not check social media, but if I get a ding that's a text or an email, then I can check that. Because then it might help me not get distracted and get to work on time.
Yeah. And I would say even for I have pretty good digital boundaries, and social media is an issue for me in the morning. Like I don't look at social media until after my quiet time. Because I get sucked in, because I'll see my routine every morning is I'll check my Facebook memories at the end of my quiet time. It's the last thing that I do for quiet time. But I find myself so many days, like I'll do that and then I'll click over to Instagram. I don't have any reason to go to Instagram other than I'm checking, and it's right. Like looking at what people posted since I went to bed, at 4:00 the night before, 4 p.m., not 4 a.m. y'all. So.
Yeah. And for me, like I check the notifications to see if anybody's, pinged me or whatever. But a lot of times, like I'll wake up with something. Oh, a thought or a quote or something I want to say, and then I'm posting,
But if
and
you
then that
wrote it
takes some
down.
time. If I wrote it down, then do
So
it
one
later.
thing too, I don't know, like, but I don't have any texts right now because you're here and James is gone. But I like on my as a consultant, a lot of times like you get I would get kind of confidential things. So I started years ago, so only the name of the person texting me comes up, not the actual text. And
Mm.
one thing that does too is it allows me to hold boundaries, because if I'm trying to, like, I mean, like there are some people that they're texting you with the joke, or then they're texting you to be like, hey, what's up? Miss you, love you. And that's
Yeah.
I'll reply to you, but I don't need to do that at 5:30 in the morning. So,
Mm-hmm.
but here's what I'm going to say. You're a Quit Something Thursday novice, right?
I am a Quit Something Thursday novice, and so are
So we're
some
just
of you
like,
out
let's
there.
just quit something small, y'all. Let's just like today, just unsubscribe to one email, or quit one text. Like, what text are you in, or what text do you get from a company that you have no intention of shopping there, or
Mm-hmm.
like your like your
Stop.
Cutco, like our knives. I love our Cutco knives, but I don't want to hear about all the sales because I can't afford anymore because I bought these. So
Right. So yes, we're gonna quit some.
go small.
I like that. Go
Because what you're
small.
talking about with the phone, that's a big life thing, and that I say think
Mhm.
it through and pray it through, because you don't want to do something, because if you quit something that you're not ready to quit, or you're not willing to quit, then it becomes a drag. Like, you constantly think, oh, I can't, and then you resent it. Like, I'll probably miss Pepsi for the next couple of days, but I'll get over it,
Yeah.
especially when I'm less peppy.
Quitting soft drinks is difficult. Sugar is really tough.
Because we're addicted to it. Yeah.
We totally
Legit.
are. Mm-hmm. And I'll do really well and like won't have a Coke because I like Coke. Coke's my thing, and
Mhm.
not diet. Well, I drink Diet Coke. But I like regular Coke. And Stephanie at work likes it too. So sometimes we'll buy one and share it. Or
See?
like I'll buy those little ones, but it's still
Mhm.
Coke. And we have a Sonic ice machine at work. I don't know if you
I
saw
saw
my
your
story
post.
today.
I did. And
I thought of you.
I had a conversation with my husband about that today.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, what if your ice was made out of Pepsi? And I was like, ooh, just got interesting. If you buy me one of those Pearl Nugget ice machines, he said, I am not spending $500 or $1,000. One, I don't have money. Two, I'm not spending $500 or $1,000 on an ice machine so you can experiment with it with Coke. You know what that would do to the tubing? And I was like, well, you brought it up. I mean, I thought it was a fabulous idea. Like, what if you could have the ice that was already flavored with whatever you put on the ice? I was like, that's
Mm-hmm.
brilliant. Or like, people, you could do coffee.
Yeah.
I think we're on to
Oh,
something.
coffee. I really like this because I've been thinking about actually this a lot before you even brought up Give Up Something Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more and more I delve into trying to be a professional organizer, in my own life, it really is, not just physical clutter, it's mental, it's emotional. There are so many things that weigh us down, and it does feel good to let things, like I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's like 5 that I can think of emails that come you know, every week or whatever. So, it definitely is something I'm intrigued.
I have another one,
What's
and this
that?
one's a little revolutionary. This
Okay.
is so I had never heard of boundaries, like relationship boundaries, until I did soul restoration camp with Tara several years ago. And I like it was like I never heard boundaries. I was not good at boundaries. The whole codependency, all the things. But one of the things that so learning about that, and then walking through a really hard season where business and friendships were so overlapped and interwoven, and the business went south, and so then I lost those friendships, and there was legal stuff involved. So that was the first time that I had always told Casey, don't follow people. That was like a year into her being on social media. I'd always told Casey, don't follow people on social media that make you feel bad about yourself or that make you feel bad about them, that you're like, oh man, she didn't look good today. So that summer, I ruthlessly went through and muted people, unfollowed people, unfriended people, um, people who there were a couple of women here in town, very nice people, but we were friends online, and then I'd see them in person and they wouldn't even speak to me. And I was like, so I was like, if we're not going to be friends, we're not going to be friends. So like I unfollowed them and I muted some people and I unfollowed and blocked some of the people that I was having legal issues with, which is bizarre to say, but I still do that. If you and I were at odds, or if I was, I might mute you for a while. Or if I look at you and I'm like, man, her house is so nice, or she's so organized. I'm not, and it made me feel bad about me, I might mute you. Or if I look at you and I'm like, she's doing it again, I might mute you. So I'm not judging you actively. So that's something to quit too. Like, I mean, you could just quit somebody on social media if you mute them, or block, like you can block people in a way on both, on Facebook and Instagram, that they never know. And it's not ugly to do it. It's not,
No.
being ugly to them. You're not being ugly to you. It's just that you're creating a boundary for someone that creates.
I agree with that, and I like that. And actually, I'm just going to come out and be honest. I have done that in like the last week or so, especially with this election hovering over our heads. And it's not whoever you are voting for, however, whatever your choices are, it's not about that. What makes me, what I guess, feel, I don't like the mudslinging and, making other people feel badly for their choices, like some people that I really like, that I really admire, that are very intelligent and awesome people, are really behaving terribly right now with their words.
Some ugly things.
Ugly. And I always wonder if I write down the things that they're posting and I said them out loud, or I think, would you say these out loud to your children?
Or would you say it to my face? Would you
say it to my face?
You're this, so you must be this, or you must think this, or you must, yeah.
Right. So there's just a lot of hypocrisy and just a whole bunch of things like that just people are not, what they're saying is just ugly right now. Some people. So I have, I don't know, is it muted or what is it? You can take a break for 30 days or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's this thing on the internet. It's the word think. And I think it's like they take each letter in the word think, and it's like, I have to find it, shoot, but each one, it's about being kind, and you're like each letter, it's about posting stuff. Like, is it on it? Is it true? Is it honest?
That sounds like Rotary.
Is it important? Yes. And so I always try to keep that in mind, like a little checklist when I'm posting something, but when I'm reading something, I'm like, that's just not kind, or so definitely I have been doing that lately. And sometimes I feel yucky about it, but I'm sure some people have done that with me, like you said, for whatever their reasons are, and it's fine. So
I think that's something that we need to recognize ourselves. Like, I have a critical spirit. I try to fight it. I try not to be, but if I'm looking at someone's social media and I'm judging them and I'm like kind of scratching that itch, like I need to not do that. If I can't look at your post and just cheer you on and be kind to you, then I have a heart issue, and I need to give myself a timeout.
Yeah, I am very guilty. I've been feeling guilty about that, about my passive aggressiveness and be like just being a little like baby about the home edit. I'm like, rah, rah, rah. And I quit them for a while, and then I'm back because they are good. And
That
I'm
was
like, you
good.
know what? Like, I need to like be happy for them, which sometimes it's hard when you start comparing and judging and all that stuff. See, look at
So
that. I need to quit
maybe
that.
just quit comparing.
Maybe quit comparing.
That's huge. But I mean, that may be big for your first quit something Thursday. But I just think like of all of us, and I don't know. I'm sure men do the same thing, but women like we compare ourselves against. I cannot speak to ourselves. We compare ourselves.
I like that. I'm going to use that, Silvis.
Myself. So yeah, we compare ourselves against that. We compare ourselves against others. We, like we create these like fences, these boxes. Like you're the only one who can be good at fixing watches. I'm the only one who can, I don't know, get stuck in traffic, not show up.
In Navasota, Texas.
Which I mean, it was awesome. So, but like we create so you're an organizer. I also have, on a very different level, have gone into people's homes and helped them organize. Like
Yes, you are
recently,
an
last
organizer.
year.
You and Casey.
Yeah, well, we do it in our own home, but I've like actually had people like have me come in and help them organize with stuff. So like different, but I don't look at what you post on the Real OCD, but OCD. Good night. Did I say OCD? I don't know what I said on your site, on your stuff. And I don't go over there and say things like, oh, I could do that better. I
Right.
don't. I go over there looking to learn from you.
Yes.
We're looking to celebrate you and what you've accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about, I don't know.
I
was
don't
trying
know.
to think of a good thing where we have some overlap.
Mm-hmm.
But
That definitely comparing is, what is it? What is that quote? Comparison is the thief of joy.
Mhm.
It really is. So I definitely need to quit doing that.
I think we all do.
Yes.
Even,
So
and I have a hard one too. Quit comparing yourself with who you used to be.
Ooh.
You've been working a lot on the whole thing that I'm not, but I'm reading a book right now, and it's about a therapist who's going to therapy. It's nonfiction, but I read a section yesterday that, and then our devotional this morning sort of overlaps. So I read it out loud to James, and I've been noodling on it. But it talks about like the connection between the past and the present and the future. You create your future as you go along in your mind. So, like in this case, she's broken up with somebody. And it's not just that she's broken up with him in the now, she's missing out on all the future that she had planned.
Mm.
So she like, and I was like, and then I was thinking about myself, and I was like, I compare myself to who I think I should be and who I think I will be, and also who I was. I was thinner, I was healthier, I worked harder, I yelled less, I whatever,
Right. So
So
that was kind of reminds me of my quote that I wrote at school yesterday. And it was, today, I want you to think about all the things that you are, not all the things that you're not.
that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. And today's quote is, stress is who you think you need to be, and relaxation is who you are. Mm-hmm.
I do like that too.
Yes.
See, there's just so much stuff like, and it, we can change one small thing in the way that we think, or the way that we interact with stuff, or the way we interact with people, the way we interact with ourselves. Can you interact with yourself the way you talk to yourself? But just one small change can change everything.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be, like you said, it doesn't have to be something big. It can be something small. And we talk about this all the time. It truly is the little things. So those little things that
Make a life.
make, yeah.
It
Like
is.
one little stone will make a big giant ripple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I found the acronym for
What's it
think.
mean?
For think. I don't know if you can see that.
I'm wearing my bifocals and I'm still having a hard time.
So think. The T is it true? This is something for, when you're posting on social media. H, is it helpful? I, is it inspiring? N, is it necessary? That's a big one. K, is it kind? Like, is it kind? Like, I just wonder, when I'm not kind, kind of like I was just talking about me looking at that social media page and like, I'm not being kind to them. Like, it doesn't feel good. And I don't like it. I don't like how I feel when I'm not kind. And I need to stop it.
You should quit it.
Quit it. Yes.
Maybe that's your quit this is just quit hating on the home edit, okay? So they're
Okay,
so awesome, fabulous. That's your quit it today.
I'm quitting that. Seriously. And I'm doing it.
Also, I think I need to quit saying fabulous because I'm pretty sure I've said it twice on today's episode and I never say the word fabulous. I think it's because we were watching Instant Hotel before I came. The kids and I were watching TV and eating dinner before I recorded.
What is Instant Hotel?
Okay, it's set in Australia, and Instant Hotel is an Airbnb. So they like the homeowners compete. They go and stay like in a group of like this season there's 8, but they go or there's 10 people, 5 groups. They go stay in each other's Airbnbs and rate them, and then the winner wins a big prize. So it's good.
Awesome.
So that's what the kids and I were watching
it.
Before I came in here. We've eaten maybe 3 meals at the table in the last couple of weeks. I think, there's just been, it's not an excuse. It's a habit. And it's, like when it gets to dinner time, I feel like I am out of words for the day. And I like the thought, like, so, and I'll say, do you want to sit at the table? Do you want to watch something? And I'm like, when they say they want to watch something, I'm like, yes, because we do talk while we watch TV, but it's not so like, we've already done all of what was the best part of your day stuff by this time. Like I did hard things today.
What did you do?
Well, so James left right before lunch. So he's gone for a few days for a big shoot. And my goal while he was gone, tomorrow I've got to go back out to the studio and do some video editing. But my goal today was to, I have been working on getting our new website in the new version of Squarespace. I had it set up in the old version of Squarespace, and you can't just transfer it. You have to completely recreate it.
Oh, wow.
So today I rebuilt it, and it's not
Nice.
done. I mean, I still have to put in the photos and the videos and things that make it beautiful, but it's done enough that he can come in and we can decide what color goes where and stuff. But I also finished building another website I've been working on.
Oh, yay.
I did. And it needs, the photos and stuff that you sent me.
Me?
So yeah, I was like, that was my goal by the end of the weekend was to hand you your website. So
I'm gonna cry.
So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm like so proud of the work from today. So it's
go, Christy. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I emailed you with some questions. But yeah. So Brenda's Real OC Diva site will be live shortly, and that's just one more. She's off screen behind the scenes. Brenda has been taking so many steps to build her business and line it out and stuff, and so this is one more thing that she decided was an important step, and now you're there. So big week for the Real OC Diva. You had meetings with new clients. I learned when I listened to the podcast.
I know it. I hadn't told you. Yeah, I sure did. So a few, I guess, those neighborhood sites. So it's a neighborhood Jennifer lives in, Eagle Springs, and someone shared my name, and 2 ladies from there reached out, and I'm working on sending a proposal to one of them. I'm still need to go meet with the other. And I just saw her today. It's just not the timings. We got started in her closet and we still need to finish up, but she's just got a whole lot of stuff right now. And she's like, I just need a minute. So yeah, I am. And then today, another friend at work, Sandy, she said she lives in Huffman, which is another town, past Atascocita. she's same thing. She's like, people were looking in my neighborhood, so I shared your information. I was like, oh, thank you.
That's going to be a good place to work. And that's a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean, part of North Shore that doesn't live where you live lives in Huffman, I believe.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like, cool.
And so yeah, so it's exciting. And I'm nervous, but this time I feel like a little more prepared,
Mm-hmm.
a little more polished, a little more brave. Like this, talking to you, doing this podcast, like I have done some, I think, scary, brave things that I wouldn't have done six months ago, so thank you.
It's not me, it's you. But like, think about like just what it is to show up and to consistently cheer each other on and say, man, I believe in you. Because I do. Like I do believe in you, and I know you believe in me, and both of y'all listening, I don't know y'all, but I love you. You know what? I say both, but Stephanie listens too. So all three of y'all. I mean, like, really, y'all are our people. You're Brenda's people already, but I feel like you're my people. I love that. I love that we can just show up and talk about the hard things, talk about the things that are holding us back, talk about how we're holding us back, and just move forward. Like, that's when talk about the Brave Collective again, but that's part of the reason that Merritt started it, why she came to us, was to have that accountability of consistently sitting down with friends. And that's this makes me have time with my friend. Because if we weren't on a publishing schedule, would you and I make time 4 times this week to talk to each other? No. We'd be like, oh no, we're busy. So busy watching Instant Hotel.
Yeah.
But but I would be like I have to really make appointments with people. I had a virtual coffee with a high school friend today, or this week. I had a coffee with a friend here who I used to work with and work for, and we're not doing that anymore. So we had to make time to sit down together. And then I have a phone call tomorrow with somebody who wants to talk through some, like podcasting basics. But I have to make an appointment, because otherwise I would be like, oh, I got to do that video tomorrow. But I can spare 30 minutes.
Yeah. And you've taught me that. You've taught me how to, like, even if it's 15 minutes, hey, I have 15 minutes. You want to have a quick chat? Or I have 5 minutes. Oh, let me journal really quick. Or, 10 minutes. Let me just work out my calendar. Like, you've really helped. I guess for me, it's like, oh, I'd have to start on a Monday or on the 1st, or, oh, I don't have time to do that. Like, I need an hour. Well, no, a little bit. Let's just do a little bit. Start. Yes.
Well, but also, like, remember, like, when we're talking, I mean, like, so the little snippet that you just said, that was from the Fringe Hours. I forget if her name's Jessica Turner. I think it's Jessica somebody. She wrote a book called The Fringe Hours. And that's where I learned to make those minutes count in between. And Seth Godin, John Acuff, Seth Godin is
John Acuff.
John Acuff is just do it. And like all of the things that we talked about tonight, like nothing that I've said is original to me. It's stuff that I've read. Like that's where being a nerd comes in handy, because you say something, I'm like, oh, I have a book. Look, I read this book. I saw it in a book. I read an article.
Talk about your people, your new people. That Stephanie said something like that today at work. She's like, well, what does Chrissy say? She's like, bring the science. I know she's got something about it, or she read something.
She should have texted me. You know what? We need to tell her. You have my number. Just text me. I'll tell you. I'll send it right back.
I can't even remember what it was about, but
Stephanie, I need to know. This is a week from now, but I need you to remember what you talked about 2 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh. So you guys, Bob Goff, Goff. I follow him on Instagram. He's also very active on Twitter. He's written lots of books. I've not read any, of course, but Christy has. But I do follow him on Twitter and on Instagram. He's just awesome. He's very inspiring. He's very colorful. Like, I love the color you know, always bright colors and stuff on his posts, but he always has some like great nugget.
Mm-hmm.
And so give up something Thursday.
Yes. And I will say, like, about Bob Goff is that he's kind of an interesting, he's a very interesting man. And for some people, it can be because he's so over the top. Like, if you read, if you're going to read one Bob Goff book, I would say read Love Does. But I just read his new book, Dream Big, and I really liked it. So read one of those. But he is over the top. Like, his kids were interested in something, and they ended up flying all over the world, which is not something that you or I would do. But like, they lived in a tent for a while because they were, you know, like, it was a means to an end. But he's just all in on life, whatever. You know, he gave up his law practice to go fight and practice law and work on helping kids in war-torn countries and serving people. And he's amazing. He is, and he's such a good friend, and he's such a good human being. But he's one of those people that if you're stuck in a loop of comparison, I've heard people read Bob Goff and say, well, I could never do that because I don't have that much money, or I could never do that because I'm not that brave, or I could never do that because I'm whatever. No, just read the Bob Goff and then do whatever the equivalent is in your life. Like, if there's something like that thing that checking your spirit, or the thing that's like, I could, you know, I can't send somebody a dozen balloons every Thursday, but I can take you a balloon. And you find out your dad's has cancer. Oh, you know what? Actually, I lied to you. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. James and I read this every day. This is Bob Goff's devotional. And there's 365 in here.
Live in grace, walk in what?
Live in grace, walk in love. What my computer is sitting on currently.
Right. She just busted out Bob Goff's devotional.
Yeah, so my computer tonight is sitting on the Love Language Minute devotional by Gary Chapman. James and I read that every day. That's the book that I bought him. So he would change so we could stay married, and God changed me instead. And then his study Bible and the Bob Goff devotional. So that's what we're sitting on tonight. That's our foundation.
Yeah, love it. And, you know, you guys, so tomorrow's or Friday's episode, last week's Friday episode.
I was like, no, Friday's episode is Mandy.
Last week's Friday episode is with James Ferrone, and it's for Bosses Day, and we talked about that a little bit, about how I continuing to grow, continuing to learn. And so that just made me think of that just now, Bob Goff, and you know, reading and learning all the time. Keep doing it, and keep editing, you know, things in, things out of your life that just, it's every day is new, and little things like Christy said. So on Thursday, she's going to give up. Today she's giving up. Tomorrow she's giving up.
I had my last one today. I'm giving up my sodas.
Yep, soda.
I don't even know why I say soda. Like, that's such a random thing. I always, like, growing up, anything that had bubbles in it was a Coke, which we also pretty much only drank Coke unless we were traveling. But I don't know when I started saying soda, and I think that makes me like some weird, like, northern something. I mean, I guess I could say pop.
No, I was going to say, I say soda now only because I work with our nurse is from Ohio, and she says pop, and I always make fun of her. So then I just say soda. And then someone came in the office there and said, well, everything's Coke. And she was like, what? I was like, just say soda.
Yes.
It's okay.
Because, like, we would say, what kind of Coke do you want? Like, do you want a Coke or Dr. Pepper or Pepsi? Like, what kind of Coke can I get you?
Right.
So, and like, so my kids, they don't even know, they just know soda, because that's just what I've always said since they've been around, which like, look kind of bad I broke them, because they're going to go to college and be big dorks when they're like, can I get soda, please?
They were like, what? Yeah. I don't know. It's funny. So, Orange, you glad? What
so
are you
much to be glad about today?
So much. I am so glad. I'm not going to cry. I'm so glad that I'm going to have a website. I'm going to be like official.
You are.
I am. I am so, so glad, so thankful for you. And thank you.
You're welcome. Your logo looks so good on there. I mean, it's so
I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank
that's
you.
my Orange You Glad today too. Like I've been very distracted the past few months. Like if we went into COVID and I was very intentional with the house, with the kids, with family, with God, with all the important things. I was intentional for the first few months. And then I started letting the world back in and started letting distraction back in and work. And so to be able to be here and to be fully here and to have a day like today where I served my clients today. I did good work for them, but I also made myself sit at the computer and I cheated. I sat in my rocking chair. I made myself sit at the computer and work on that site for James and the site for you, because those are things that like for the past couple of months, those have been on my monthly goal, right? But there's always something that I have to do before that. And so to be able to create time in my work schedule to do the things that need doing, not just the things I have to do, felt like that's my Orange You Glad today, that I was able to serve y'all and not just put out the fires that I had to put out today.
Mm-hmm. So. Well, I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. This is all good stuff, y'all.
It is good. And so let us know what you were glad about today. And think about Quit Something Thursday, and don't get stuck on it needs to be something big and that you need to maybe just quit it from Thursday to Thursday. Maybe like Christy's doing it till the end of the month, but try something. I don't know. I love this movement.
I'll find an article or something from Bob Goff about Thursdays, and we'll post that next week.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll post this on Wednesday. We'll post that on Thursday. And then, so let's see, today you're listening to this or watching this on Wednesday, the 21st, which means that Friday, the 23rd, my friend Mandy is going to be our guest. And so Brenda and I, off screen, have been working through lots of friendship related things. Like I've been having a friendship issue, not with Mandy. I've had a friendship issue. Some friends of ours are having friendship issues. A friend is working through some feelings about friendships. There's all this stuff about friendships. And yesterday, Brenda and I were texting back and forth, and it was like, or was that this morning, sometime we were texting back and forth, and it was like, isn't it interesting that our next few guests, what we're talking about is friendships.
Mm-hmm. Friendships.
I don't think it's any coincidence.
No.
I need it.
Yes, I need it. I do. And I think God is just all over it. Thank you. Grateful for that. Glad for that.
Hey, you don't get 2 Orange You Glads.
Ah, dang it.
You take one back right now, Brenda.
I'm taking it back. Fine. Sorry, God. I have to put you back.
You'll only be grateful for one thing at a time. Can you imagine if that was a rule? No, I'm sorry. You can only say one happy thing. Let's get back to the complaining.
Right. Yes. Oh my gosh. No. Wow.
Myself up.
Yes. You cracked me up. So I've come up with this new little, if you saw our description on last week's Orange You Glad when I was by myself, I said, instead of seize the day, squeeze the day.
I added that to our hashtags.
Oh, you did? Yes. You guys, like, life gives you lemons, but at Normal Bias Podcast, we give you oranges. And we are glad about that. Orange You Glad. So we're going to squeeze the day. So go out there and squeeze the day. Make some juice.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, I think we probably just made lots of money right now. Go make some juice, guys.
Yes.
I love squeeze the day. So I texted Brenda because I thought it was autocorrect. And I was like, hey, Brandon, did you mean to say squeeze the day? And she said, yeah, orange. I was like, oh, I get it. That is clever.
I'm punny.
You are punny. You're one of the punny, like next to myself. You're one of the punniest people I know. That's why we get along.
That is why we get along.
For many reasons.
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
well,
you guys.
I promised that tonight would be quick.
Here we are.
It's like an hour. Sorry, guys.
Okay, I think that's okay. I think next Thursdays, quit Thursdays. I'm gonna quit saying we're gonna make this one short.
Should we quit saying we're gonna make it short, or should we quit making them super long?
Maybe that. Hey, did you see this? When I was all by myself talking to myself, I was like talking really fast and low.
Minutes.
I don't know why. It was 23 minutes, and it
Yeah,
felt like 2 hours. It felt so long, and I was like, "Hi, welcome to normal." Why am I talking like that?
If you didn't watch on the 14th, this is Brenda in her bathroom. Just the scared eyes over the microphone.
Who's looking? I hope no one's watching. I hope no one's looking. I'm going to talk like this so no one hears me.
Like, what? Do your boys not know you're recording in the bathroom? I think it's so funny because my kids would never even watch the podcast. Like, I can be in the bathroom all day long and they would just think I'm fine.
Oh my gosh, I'm like a complete dork.
You weren't a dork at all. It was sweet because you're like, I really like podcasting. I like talking to you guys.
It's so fun. I look forward to this. It makes me so happy.
This makes me really happy. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, you guys need to go to YouTube. This is look. You need some laughs in your life. Come on, you know you do. So you're gonna watch this one, and then you can go back and watch last week's because I literally sounded like that and looked like that.
It was really sweet. But I do have to say, like, you have the cleanest bathroom on the internet. So you go, girl.
Thank you. Oh, girl. Well, I love you so much, and this is always so much fun. Yes. So I look forward to
I'll see you. Maybe I'll see you in a few days. We'll see.
Yeah.
I know we're recording, but who knows? It's Antiques Week right now, or Antique Week, whatever you call it on a round top. So Brenda may be making the journey west.
Yes.
Come see us.
At any time I can find a reason, I'm there.
Yeah.
So.
Hey. And Lori said her house is always open too.
That's right. Lori. Yes.
I saw her at the gym this morning.
Lori. Oh, yay. All right, friends.
We could do this all night long, but I promised my kids. Did I say it on the podcast or did I say it before? Apparently last night we were recording and yesterday was National Dessert Day. And Casey kind of took it as a personal affront because we kind of live for dessert around here. So we didn't have dessert yesterday. So today we're going to have dessert.
Nice. So. Well, yay. We're big deserters. What is that? Dessert eaters? What? Deserters.
You're a deserter.
Whatever. Deserter. Well, enjoy your dessert. Enjoy your kiddos. I will see you so soon.
All right. Love you, big
Bye, y'all.
Great day today. Great.
Have a great day.
All the things.
All the things. Go squeeze it.
Squeeze the day, y'all. Don't just go squeezing random things. Don't be all like Brenda said, squeeze it.
Squeeze the day. Go squeeze your day.
Stop right there.
And we're done. Hey, y'all. Are you still watching? Are you still listening?
We're so glad that you're still with us. If you want to connect online, we're at www.normalbiaspodcast.com, or you can find us on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. And our very favorite, if we made you a mixtape, we'd put all those songs on our Spotify playlist for you.
All the things.